up? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. This was not planned, obviously. So, excuse me. I'm going to get the rest of my little area set up, light some candles, and just get ready. So I want to let everybody also have time to get into the space as well, because again, it was not planned, and sometimes we just do things on a whim. So as I get set up, I'll let everyone welcome themselves in as well. Um, so we're just a little flow, focusing on back pain and just the trauma that we all kind of can relate to in different ways when it comes to back pain and back issues. So let's do that. Awesome. If you have a candle, if you have incense, you have sage, light whatever you may need. These first few moments will be all for that, just for us to get situated and get grounded into your space. I decided to go live on YouTube because I don't get too often. I literally just got off work, so all of this is just prepping like I would normally do without you all on the other side. So bear with me. I have a lot of people that come to me in regards to back pain and relating it to yoga. They're needing the help. So I wanted to make this special for one of my gals, one of my dear friends. We're going to go ahead and use the mic today. And sorry if I continue to block off the camera. I'll get it together eventually. Things should be good with the mic on. And I want to have a little bit of music in the background, not so that YouTube can cut me off, but y'all know. I'm going to also make sure I put on my do not disturb. 1 second. If I can, I will. Okay. I don't know if I can. YouTube said, hell no, that ain't happening. Okay, did it blank out? Okay. If anybody interrupts me, I'm just going to hop up and cut it off because I wasn't thinking, again, this was not planned. And I feel like this is a little sideways, so we'll just hope for the best. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So yes, if you are just jumping on, welcome. I may not have anyone on live just because it was not planned, and I don't do lives like I used to, so that is a-okay. Just get yourself situated in your space, whether you be at work, whether you be home, and wherever space you may feel that you are most comfortable. And just breathe. Get yourself situated and grounded. I really hope the lighting is okay, as this was just the lighting of the apartment here and whatnot. So, yes. I know YouTube and copyright, so I'm just going to turn my tunes down. Hopefully just low enough for myself to hear. And then whatever tunes you want played, whatever you need for yourself to feel comfortable as well. And just breathe. Inhaling in. Exhaling it out. So just breathe to the place where you feel as if you notice your shoulders relaxing, your thighs and your hips coming closer to the ground. And then just readjust wherever you find yourself needed to be. Celebration, if you're going to stay home, if you're sick, I'm sending so much healing and recovery your way. But if you're going to be out, be careful, be safe, but have fun. I honestly don't even know where my evening is going to go. So I'm going to flow with y'all, take a nap, get back up, and figure it out. I literally just got off work, and I really just wanted to throw something together for you all to just kind of get a little bit of what we've been missing with my channel with some more yoga, but also to help you all because, again, I know a lot of people have been going through a lot physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and more importantly, the physical side seeps mostly into a lot of our stuff. Same thing with the mental. They kind of, we know they intertwine, and when one's off, the rest can start becoming off. You may get irritated, you may get short-tempered, you may just be exhausted because you're physically not where you need to be. So let's take time together to align, to concentrate on ourselves for a few moments, a few breaths, and just get the relief that we need. In the description, I also wanted y'all to know that if you're having any type of issues with your back, definitely be seen. Make sure you go talk to your primary care physician and just get your questions answered, because they also have resources that they can direct you to if you want to go towards that route. But start here with me, Shayla P, on Shayla's Journey to Success. Let's find a holistic way, natural way to just unwind and relax, giving our spine a little bit of the stretch that it needs, it's yearning for, it's longing for, that we tend to neglect when we are working all the time, being a wife, being a husband, or just being ourselves and living. We're busy. So comment below if there's anything that you would like to specifically touch base on in the yoga flow, in a yoga session. I would love to start putting those together. This one's going to be freestyled. If you guys don't know, I love freestyling my yogas. Most of the yogas that you witness, they're either meditated in my head or calculated, and then sometimes it goes as planned, and then most of them go as I flow. So just listen to your body. With that being said, that's something that I really want to encourage you all to pay attention to. So joining me, sitting in easy pose, crisscross applesauce. Your legs can be out right in front of you. You can have socks on or off. Find yourself being really comfortable. I mean, really comfortable to the point where, yes, you want to go to sleep. All right. So whether you be at home again, at work, at a friend's house, wherever, find yourself where you feel at ease. Okay. So whatever asana, which is the meaning of pose, you decide to be in, do so. If you do have yoga blocks, you can also place them underneath your knees or your thighs for a little bit of support, because we know sitting in this position, in this asana, is not typically where we find our bodies to be, and it's not used to it, right? Also, if you have a blanket or pillows, utilize them as your blocks for your temporary fix, this flow, this session, this video. But in further videos, always have your blocks and whatever props you feel like you may need. A bolster is also good when you're shopping, if you also wanted to know. So I want to make sure if anybody, hi loves, does get to jump on. I'm not familiar with my whole live anything anymore because I haven't done it in so long. So if you chat with me and I may miss it today or it may pop up on the screen, I don't know. I love these pants if y'all haven't noticed. If you do chat with me and I don't get to reply back, hopefully it pops up. If it doesn't, I'm definitely going to be replying once I get off of here. I plan to just do about a 5 to 10 minute flow, but this video is going to be geared towards actually educating you all at the same time. That's why I like to do live, just because I can kind of freestyle and flow versus my planned out videos, get to the point of flow, and then go on. So I am going to start my watch when I get started. It's 1 o'clock on the dot here. Well, as soon as I said that, it's 1:01. So if you're Central Time, you're with me. If you're Eastern Pacific, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Happy New Year to you all that do get to jump on here. So again, this is just a flow. If you're on your lunch break, if you're at home and you're just not doing much and you're relaxing for the holidays, enjoy your time off, but welcome into your space a little bit of a flow and time to relax in your self-care time, because you may have not done it yet today. So this is a perfect time for you to do so. Again, we're going to start on our mats, and I'm very symmetrical, so I'm going to scoop my mat over a little bit in the camera so that I am in the center. Beautiful. And just breathe here. Again, if you're just joining me, remember this is live, everyone. When you watch this later, I'm going to stop and go back and forth, whatever I need to do when people are jumping on. So definitely just get your candles, whatever you feel comfortable with, set up. Get the aroma that you want to feel relief from, where you want to feel at ease and de-stress today with me, okay? So again, this is going to be about a 5 to 10 minute flow off the dome, and I'm going to stop sometimes, educate you while you're in asanas, not anything extreme. Anybody can do it. So if you're feeling like, I never do yoga, I thought about it, I considered it, or this is just too much for me, it's never too much. It's what you make of it. And if there's any asana, aka pose, that feels like, oh, she's holding it too long, or I just can't get it yet, come out of it, and you're always welcome to just sit back down, or you'll learn a little bit later that you can always go into easy pose, which if you've been with me, you know what that looks like, and I will make sure I teach you exactly what that looks like and feels like on your body, okay? So again, I really want to have music, and so I don't want to be copyrighted, but I'm borderline not caring anymore because I just do this for a piece of me and for you all. So I just want to have some flow and music in the background. Hi, whoever is with me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and begin. Again, remember, you can have your socks on or off. Sometimes our mats do get slippery depending on what kind you have. So I'm going to start with mine on, and you'll see me eventually kick them off sooner than later. All right. I'm going to play a flow for me, or music for my flow in the background. So just put on whatever you like. That keeps you kind of calm but grounded at the same time. And whenever you hear me or any other yogi or instructor tell you to feel grounded, that means you're just here, you're centered. You don't feel like you're being pulled this way or another way. You feel as if you're really in tune with what you're doing. And that's what a part of yoga is letting go of all of the distractions, the what if, the what's not, and just being present in this moment. You hear people tell you all the time, just start living in the moment instead of worrying about all this extra stuff. Just live in the moment, be in this now, and it'll help you with your mental, helping you how you engage with other people, being more able to respond versus just react to everything that you may not like or dislike. And as well as it helps you start to listen a little bit more, not only to others, but more importantly to yourself. So what's going on here, what's going on in the heart, and what your body is telling you. So back from what I said earlier, as we begin our flow here now, I want you just to listen, not only to just me, what I'm saying, but you are the director of your body, of your flow. Every time you get on your mat or wherever you may be flowing, you are the person in charge. You are the person leading this. I know it feels weird and strange to hear to a lot of people, but I can't feel what your body can feel. I can't hear what your body or your mind is telling you, like, oh, that hurts a little bit, pull back. That's not comfortable, hold off on that. Or I love how long I'm holding this asana, I want to stay a little longer. I can't hear that. So when I tell you to just listen to what your body is doing, listen to your breath work, become aware of it, and just inhaling it in. Listening for any tweaks you may need to make, adjustments of the body as you exhale. And we begin to settle here. So wherever you are in your easy pose, relax here. Noticing if your thighs come up towards the ground, continue to breathe and exhale them down. Your hands can be facing down on your knees, or I like to keep my palms up to receive whatever it is that I'm needing, my body's needing. Your thumb and your index finger can touch, or they can stay outright, whatever works for you. And just breathe here. Inhaling in big. Exhale it out. So we're just going to continue to breathe here. You may feel it as meditation, or you may feel as if, okay, I'm closing out everything that's around me. Shutting the door from the outside and inhaling what it is you need. Letting go what you don't. If it's too much for you wherever you're sitting to be up, because you want to sit upright, I'll come from the side profile. So you don't have to be too far ahead or too far back. As I continue to talk, continue to breathe. Settling yourself. Eyes can be open or closed. But if they're open and you're fixed on me, noticing where your posture lies. Sometimes we sway. So inhale. Exhale, come back up neutral, sitting upright, feeling and imagining a string pulling you from the roof or the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, you settle a little deeper. Exhale this time, let your head tilt back, giving a little bit of a stretch in the front of the spine. Inhaling, come back up neutral. Exhale your chin to your chest this time. Inhaling, come back up. Hold here, exhale it out. So if you're getting off work and it's too much, continue to breathe as I speak. You may want to just come against the wall. One of the best props we have, it's strong, it's sturdy, and it always has our back. So breathe here. Sometimes you can get a little bit deeper, noticing how my knees come closer to the ground when I'm fully supported on the wall. Breathing here. Exhale. So I want you to get a little bit uncomfortable with the silence of yourself breathing. It's times when we're getting comfortable in life where we want to make the changes. But we have to adjust. Noticing your body soften. Two more just like that. Inhaling it in. Let it go of the days, worries, the unknowns that we cannot control. Last breath in. Accept what you can. Exhale out what you can. Slowly fluttering the eyes, bringing the eyesight back onto me. Just breathe. You can lower your chin a little bit, giving a stretch along the spine, lowering the chin to the chest again. So today we want to focus on pain. Things that we don't really want to talk about because it may trigger certain things into your mind and your body. Keep breathing as your neck gets a little stretch. Take any movements your body is yearning for. So maybe turn your neck left, holding it. Exhale. Come back neutral. Inhaling it to the right. Exhale it out. Hold it there. So pain is the reality. Inhaling. Exhaling, holding the chin down towards the chest, straight down. It comes in life and pain goes away. But sometimes it lingers. So today we'll come together and we'll let it go. We relax. Inhaling, bringing your chest and chin up. Back up straight. If you're on the wall, come out of it, waking up those legs, fluttering them. If you're sitting already off the wall, flutter those legs. Inhale. Your hands can come off to the ground on the mat, pressing into them. Kick both legs out in front of you. We call this Dadasana Pose. You hear my feet and ankles and knee, everything pops, but that's okay. We need to let it go. And now pay attention to whatever leg was underneath. We're going to reverse it. So bringing the opposite leg underneath. And if you forget, it happens. You'll notice whenever you switch it, you'll feel the same pressure. So then you realize, okay, it's this way. And just come back into your easy pose. Readjusting as we have to do in life. Inhaling. Exhaling. So I'm giving you time to just settle. I want you to allow yourself to relax, just to be here in this space with me. Your kids will be there when you come back out the room. So continue to breathe. Your husband, your wife will still be waiting for you when they call you after you're done. So just breathe. Settle into your sit bone, your bottom a little lower. And breathe. Again, if there's any sensation or pain that's really bothering you on that lower back or up, scoot back towards the wall. And when you're ready, eyes open. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Palms together, up above. Palms touching on your exhale, down to heart center. Holding the thumbs right at the chest, they can rest on there. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look like me. You are your own yogi. So just breathe. Let it go. Inhaling, sweeping those arms up again. This time we come up, our palms touch. Exhale, shake it loose. Take any movements you need. Inhaling, sweeping them back up when you're ready. Exhale, let it go. 2 more just like that, making the movements you may need, your body's wanting you to take. Holding it. The palms don't have to touch this time. Just upright and let it go. Last one. Inhale it up. Shake away the things we no longer need, the things that don't serve you. Let go of what you need to in 2021 and release. Inhaling those arms up one last time. Holding it. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Let your head draw back towards your back. This time, bringing the head back up. Exhale. Inhaling, reach overhead. Fingertips touch, but this time we exhale, lowering the left arm down towards the mat. Exhale, slight bend in that elbow, reaching the right arm and shoulder towards the left side. And if you have it in your practice, you can utilize a block, resting deeper onto the forearm, reaching over to get that side stretch. Remember that the body is all connected, so that spine needs those side stretches as much as it needs the forward and the backwards. Noticing any sensation that arises. If you have it within you, you can remove a block and lower all the way down onto the mat. Forearm is resting, stretching. Eyes can be open or closed. Draw that head down and relax for 2 breaths here. And on that third inhale, pressing the hand down onto the floor, lifting yourself back up. Tight core, raise yourself up. Inhaling the left arm up to meet the right. Exhaling, opposite side we go. Relaxing it down onto the mat. And you may need to adjust, so take the adjustments you need. And if it's too much to be on your forearm on the mat, utilize the block or keeping the tips of your hand or the palm flat and just bending on the elbow. Reaching, 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 learning what your body feels like on this side versus the other. I didn't even start my time, y'all. I just be flowing with you. Holding that breath. Inhaling one last time. And when you're ready, exhale. Inhale, press into the mat. Raise yourself back up. Either side we go. Back onto the left. So in yoga and anything you do, whenever you're flowing and moving, so as you learn as a new yogi or wherever you are in your practice, you know you do one thing on one side and you repeat it on the other. We want to be symmetrical. We want to be balanced. Inhaling. Exhaling. Reach a little bit deeper. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Press into the mat. Inhale it up. Exhale, release the right arm down. Last time we go. Last breath here. Inhaling. Press into the mat and come on up. Fingertips touch down to heart center. Exhale, release the hands down to the knees or the sides of you, wherever you feel comfortable. And breathe here for a moment. So I'm taking a nice, easy flow. If you're dealing with back pain, you'll notice that when you move too fast, too swift, just like in work, that you're going to make it a little bit more challenging for yourself. Tightening up and jerking and moving, it's not helping your body and your muscles to wake up and to stretch and allow the oxygen into your body. So as I continue to talk, I just want you to continue to breathe until I switch us out into a new asana. Hands stay on the knees or off to the sides of you. One big breath in. Let it go. And when you're ready, I invite you to just sweep your knees and legs right underneath you, letting those thighs wake up if it's been in the asana for a while, stretching it, coming over onto all fours. Whenever you're in your all fours or you hear tabletop position, again, remember, I'm going to be educating you throughout this. So just breathe, wagging the tail from side to side, listening to your body. Remember what we talked about earlier, and just let it happen. Take the stretches that you may feel you need while I'm talking. It's absolutely okay. Your body is the best teacher you could have ever. So listen to it. Whenever I ask you or any instructor, whenever you get onto all fours, you just want to have that foundation. Noticing where your hands, your legs, and your knees are. Tabletop back. So as if I could put a cup on my back, you want it to be straight from the crown down to the tailbone. Noticing that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and they're going to be side to side from one another, creating the space you need between the shoulders. You don't want to be too hunched up or down, You want a nice equal balance. So those elbows are straight, slight bend in the elbows, perfectly fine. And those knees are going to be hip width apart. So creating the space. So if you feel your knees are too close and touching, open them up, hip width apart. And they want them to have the knees stacked right underneath the hips. This time, we're not going to do anything up. We're going to bring the big toes together and shift our tailbone back towards the feet. Walk your hands out in front of you and lower your body down, your chest, your third eye, your forehead onto the mat. If you don't feel comfortable that low, you can always utilize a block for support. This is going to be your child's pose. Your knees can be together or they can be open. I like to keep mine open, especially for women, letting all the good blessings in between hang down and relax. If you need support, that's what those thighs are for, so you close it up. But you'll notice opening up the hip space creates that space, letting that energy move around in there and settle down onto your mat, letting the third eye be unblocked and flow and allowing that lower back to really get a stretch. Now it comes from the lower all the way up to the shoulders. The further you walk your hands out, the more of a stretch you will feel. I invite you into child's pose. Rest here and breathe as you're just getting a full stretch and relief. This asana is amazing at any point of your flow. Again, whenever you feel like this is too long, this is too much, or this is just right, you can come back here and just rest. I like to always invite my yogis to inhale. Exhale, slide your hands down beside your thighs, away towards your feet, and just settle a little bit deeper. You can turn your head left or right, and just loving on yourself. If you need to adjust, I always tend to close up the legs and knees a little bit more, settle a little bit deeper, allowing your shoulders to get a break. That's a part of the body that we tend to forget. We feel a lot of pressure there and soreness because we hold a lot of stress and tension and lifting and pulling. If you're in the nursing field, it's a lot that we do, and just standing all day. So we relax down, inhaling, exhaling. 2 more breaths just like that. If you wear glasses, you can always remove them so that you can rest your head down closer to the ground, grounding yourself. Switching sides, if your head's one direction, going to the other on your exhale. Exhale. Inhaling, you can bring your chin to the mat or just rest your forehead down. Taking a few stretches here. Guiding your hands up and pressing your palms onto the mat. Just adjust yourself if you need to. We kind of get tight right here. So coming up, giving a little bit of movement there. And then when you're ready, slowly guide yourself back down. Bringing the knees together this time so that your chest can rest on your thighs, forehead down. Inhaling. Exhale, guide the hands back again towards the feet. On your next inhale, I invite you to send the left hand on the back, a lower half of your back, and then the right. Interlacing your hands on the lower half of your back, feeling the stretch as if you're pulling your hands away from the shoulders. Your head may come off the ground. That's perfectly fine. Rest it down when you exhale. Inhaling, pulling away. Exhaling down the third eye. This time on your next inhale, shift those arms and shoulders up towards the ceiling. You've done this plenty of times, giving a stretch along the spine, a tight stretch. So inhale. As you exhale, lower them slowly along the vertebrae. Relax them on your lower half. So any variation of that, play around with it. Again, listen to what your body is needing. Maybe it needs to go up on an inhale. And then you maybe challenge yourself to go a little bit closer towards the head. Exhaling it down. Or maybe you hold it overhead. Lowering it down when you're ready. One last time. Any variation. Inhaling it up. Maybe you go to the left and right. Exhaling it one way. Inhaling. Exhaling it the other. Relaxing it down. Exhaling all of your shoulders and arms down to the mat again. Inhaling, sliding those palms up towards the head, reversing them flat onto the mat. When you're ready, inhale, pressing those fingertips, spreading them apart like a suction cup, raising your upper half back up, adjusting where you need to, sitting back into hero's pose onto those legs and feet. Shake it loose. Those thighs and knees may need a break. So when you're ready, coming back onto all fours, finding your foundation, swinging it side to side. Those thighs or those calves may have kind of gone a little sleep or numb feeling. So we're going to kick the left leg out behind us. Shake it loose. Give some ankle circles one way and then the other. Letting it drop onto the floor of the mat this time. And just shifting your weight towards that foot. Just pressing it down on the toes. Shifting your weight back off of it. Lifting it up. Shake it out. Inhaling, squeezing it back. Exhaling it to meet the right one. A little bit of a wag, one way and then the other, the hips when you're ready. And go at your own flow. If you're playing your own music, flow as you need to. Lifting the right when you're ready. Keeping your hips parallel, not too high up. Straight, just how we are when we're on tabletop position. Reaching that leg back and shaking it loose. Literally, give it a big shake. The stuff you feel in those thighs, let it go. Ankle circles when you're ready. One way and then the other. So we're going to focus on the back for these flows, but we're also going to give the full body the love and care. Inhaling, shake, exhale down. Inhaling, hold it, bring it back to meet the left one. Inhaling. Tucking the toes, we're going to lift up for our first downward facing dog. So if you're not familiar, if you are going to your downward facing dog, if you're not familiar, tuck those toes. This is how you get into it. So they come from here, tucking the toes. You're going to press, open those fingers and spread them apart, playing them flat onto the mat. For spreading them apart, pressing down onto your hands and your palms. You're going to raise the knees up first and then shift your hips and your body back. It will be your whole body weight. So yes, it will feel like a lot. Paddle the legs. We're going to take a walk around the park. Say hello to one another. And what you want to notice is that you're getting a full body stretch at this moment. And when you paddle the legs, you'll notice that tightness in your ankle, let's get some relief from it. So whether you pop, move them, if you're doing too much, you can always come down, breathe, go back into it, exhale it back. Sending your forehead towards your thighs here. You can continue paddling or you can hang still. Whatever you need, getting the stretch on the back of the calves and hamstrings. And when you're ready, inhale and hold it. Exhale, release down. Back onto your knees, untuck those toes. And what I want to invite you to is your child's pose. Rest here for 2 breaths. Last breath here. Let it go. Inhaling, sliding your hands apart and back underneath you. We shift ourselves up. This time I want to invite you to walk your hands out, drawing your hips down onto the mat and bringing yourself down onto your belly. So all of these asanas are some of my favorite ones that I do whenever I feel like I really need to stretch. So again, I did just get off work. I'm a registered nurse. So I know I have to stretch. Breathe here. Letting your hands and your forearms just come flat towards you on the sides of your face, and your shoulders just rest down. You can have your chin onto the mat. It's really good for you, and like you're going into Sphinx pose. And just breathe here for a moment. So every time I transition us into a new asana or pose, I want you just to breathe here, get familiar, let your body get familiar with it, and rest in it. This is all intentional for you to just breathe, for you to be. And then when it comes to the back and the spine as you breathe, I want you just to notice the spaces that open up. And when I say that, I mean inhaling, those areas you feel the sensation, send your breath there, creating space. And then start to notice that your pelvis relaxes, the sacral area relaxes a little bit more into the mat, as if you're going to bed. Your palms are going to be flat near your sides of your face. You can scoot them back if you need to. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, pressing, keeping those fingertips spread apart as a suctioning onto the mat. You're going to have those fingertips rounding down, inhaling, pressing into the mat. You lift your torso up, upward facing dog. So be very kind, exhale down. Be very kind onto that lower spine and lower part of your back if that's where it's resonating. If it's the upper half, this is really good. Inhaling, pressing to give a stretch along the spine. You don't have to hold as long. Inhale. Exhale down slowly, rolling the spine back onto the mat. You can rest your forehead down. So we're going to go for about 3 more of those. I want you just to play around with it. Again, noticing where it's pinching or sensation arises. Remember, we don't like to always talk about pain, but we will today. Acknowledging where it is how we're going to find the best way to relieve it. So one of these asanas may work absolutely well for you, and then another one may not. So that's where you play around with it. Take what you need, leave what you don't. As you rest here, breathe. Listen to what your body's telling you. Oh, that hurts. That's good. I like it. And when you're ready, pressing back into those arms. Your elbows can come up towards the ceiling. Pressing. Inhale up. You're getting a stretch on the front side. Relaxing your shoulders back towards your spine as well when you exhale. Again, if it's too long, exhale it out. If you want to hold it longer, challenge yourself to do so. But listen to what you need. Come on down. 1 breath down. Inhale up. And your neck can be drawn back. Be cautious not to compress the spine too much. If you need to, move the neck around. Inhale. Exhale down. Take 2 breaths this time here, resting down with your forehead on the ground or your third eye. Or you can have your chin down. Eyes can be closed or open on something non-moving. Last one up whenever you're ready. At your own speed, you just inhale when it's your time. Remember, we're all different individuals. As you exhale, let those shoulders draw back and relax them. Slight bend in the knees, elbows are okay. And when you're ready, draw it all down. Slow and steady, rolling the spine down onto the mat. Adjust if you need to, your chest, your arms. This time you inhale. Exhale them arms down along the side of you. So the asanas that I'm also showing you are great for the back and the spine, but absolutely great if you are in the bed in the morning and at night, and you know you're going to be needing those stretches for the new day, or unwinding for your day to come to an end or to close. When you inhale this next time, I want you to reach your left arm back, bringing that left foot up to meet the left hand, and just giving a back stretch of the hamstrings, feeling it on the front side of the thighs, bringing it to the glutes, and just stretch. If your hand is, the right hand can be facing up or it can be facing down for a little bit more support, suctioning those fingers onto the mat. Whatever you need, your forehead and head can rest down. Don't want to strain the neck at all. Inhale. Exhale, release. When you're ready, we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side, right? So if you want, you can bring your left arm up if you need more support, or just keep it down, whichever direction you need. Inhaling, lifting that right foot and leg, as well as that arm. It comes back to meet the right hand, touches, and just bringing it closer to the glutes. Stretching it out. Remember, if you feel yourself holding your head up, I tend to do that myself. Exhale it down. Stretching the thighs and the calves, as well as that lower half of the back. Give it a little bit of a break. If you want to reach both hands back, you can always do that. And when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, release it all down slowly. Rest here. So that's the thing with me. I begin to flow, and I know I probably said 5 to 10 minutes, and we're still here, but I really want you just to relax yourself down and be able to utilize this video whenever you need to. When you're ready, inhale, slide those hands underneath you, next to the breast or your rib cage, plant them flat onto the mat again. You know how to suction onto the mat now. So we begin to tuck our toes, inhaling, bending at the knees as we go. Back up and away into our child's pose, or I can introduce you as well into your puppy pose. Another great flow and stretch for the back, for the shoulders. Those toes can be together or apart, and they rest together. Knees still going to be bent this time, and you're going to have almost about a 90-degree angle, as you see when puppies stretch. So instead of a downward facing dog, we're just in puppy pose. Your tailbone stays up tucked to the ceiling, giving a stretch of the arms, the back. Sometimes when I haven't popped my back, I can always notice it pops in this asana or child's pose. So breathe here. Inhaling, your belly fills up. Exhaling, stretching, everything goes lower towards the ground. 2 more just like that. Exhale it down. Last one here. And a great way to come out of this is you shift your body up towards the arms, and then sliding your right, then your left to lift you up back onto your all fours. Before we come back on our bottom, I want to introduce you and invite you into a few cat and cows. So whenever you're ready, noticing where your knees and your wrists are, find your foundation and begin to inhale, sending the head back towards the back and the spine. It tucks down, arching it away. Tailbone comes up to the ceiling. Inhaling. When you're ready, exhale. We untuck everything, rounding it down. This is where you're going to get a lot of relief. Again, this can be done anywhere, anytime. It may not feel like it. Inhale whenever you're ready, and just begin to flow with your breath. Hold it a little bit longer whenever you want to. Exhaling it as soon or as long as you need to. And I just invite you to do any variation of your liking. And what that means, if you're not aware, is that there's just so many different variations. So sometimes I round it to the left, to the right, Back up we go. Opposite direction this time. As I exhale to the right, exhale it to the left. Back up we are. When I'm in my rounding of it, or should I say the cat, it's whenever you feel that stretch here along the spine, I hold it a little bit longer. As if I'm pressing myself up so high that I'm touching the ceiling. Reach, 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 rounding it, rounding it, round it you go. And whenever you're ready, just keep breathing. Whatever you do, don't stop breathing. So I'm hoping you feel some sort of sensation as you continue. Remember, flow at your own speed, your own music, your own breath. Your mind may wander. Am I doing it right? Do I got it right? Am I doing it wrong? Exhale those out. Maybe you're thinking about what you need to buy when you go to the store. Let it out in this exhale. Whenever you're making time for yourself, I invite you and welcome you just to breathe, to release. And keep reminding yourself through it all, those things I cannot control at this very moment. I'm being present. I'm being aware. And then you're doing what you have to do for you. Last breath here, in any variation, any way you want to do it. Do it the classic way, inhaling it up. Or rounding it, exhaling it out. And for the last one, we're going to go ahead and tuck our toes. Inhale, big breath in before we go into our second downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, you shift yourself back and away. Now you can feel some of that work you've done. Opening up space, creating space for new you. Maybe you want to just paddle the legs around the park to say hello as the dogs in the park do. Or you hang tight, steady, still, calculated, and concentrating. Eyes can be closed now. Sending that forehead towards the thigh. Maybe you have your feet on opposite sides of the mat. Exhale when you're ready, down onto the mat. When you're ready, I invite you just to shift yourself down, swirling those legs from underneath you and meet me back onto your mat with your bottom. This time, keeping your legs out in front of you in that one we call Dadasana Asana or pose. I know, funny names in yoga, but they mean so much. So you'll start to notice as you practice your elongation, how you feel, how you sit upright, and just practice. It's all practice, right? A few more asanas we're going to do together. I'm not even sure how long we've been on here. Okay, continue to breathe. I gave y'all a whole flow, just slower. Inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhaling, this time we're going to forward fold. Exhale towards your feet, towards your thighs. Take your time because if your back still is tight, it needs to be woken up. Breathe here. And it's perfectly fine. Slight bend in the knees. If your arms only can reach the thighs or the ankles or your feet, that's great. Wherever you are in your practice, just be okay with it. Breathe in here. If it's too much on the back of those knees, you can always utilize a block or a blanket or a pillow. Roll it up in the pillow blanket and tuck it underneath. And that gives you a little bit more height also in relief behind those knees. Breathe here. Stretch, stretch, stretch the back. If it's too much, walk your hands up a little bit. And I challenge you now to just breathe here for 3 breaths. Listen to your breaths. Pay attention to your breaths. Nothing less, nothing more. As you exhale, deepen in your stretch for a little bit more. Or stay where you are. Last breath out. Inhaling. Walking your hands up towards your core and your body. Inhaling. Exhale. I hope you're feeling calm, a little bit softer, a little bit more stretch. We're going to do one last forward bend, seated forward bend. Inhaling, sweep those arms up. Exhale when you're ready. Slowly, calculated, soft. Breathe here. Take what you need. Too much, leave what you don't. As you exhale, deepen into your stretch. If you need to bend those knees a little more, do so. But breathe. Last breath together. Inhale. Exhale, slowly let go. Guide yourself back up by walking your hands up to your core. Take your time, taking movements of the shoulders to give a little bit of a waking. And breathe. And just take circles of the shoulders, moving the head however you feel best. Giving the spine a little bit more loving. Going one way, and then the other. Come in neutral, hang tight, leave the shoulders still. Inhaling, spine and head upright. And begin to round the neck, inhaling, drawing the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhaling it away, chin to chest. Rounding into the right side, hang there for a breath. Exhale, release it, rounding the chin towards the chest. Then to the opposite ear. 2 more just like that before we finalize this flow. Bring your neck neutral with the chin hanging down straight. Big breath in, coming upright. Take any movements you need, exhaling it out. And I welcome you to come down onto your mat all the way flat with your back on the floor, grounding yourself. Sending your legs and feet to opposite sides of your mat, your hands and palms opposite of you, facing upright. Your eyes can begin to shut slowly. I invite you into Shavasana asana or pose where you settle down. And it may still take you a little bit of time for that lower half, that lumbar of your spine to lower onto the mat completely. Take your time. Maybe use a pillow or blanket underneath it and leave it there. Good. And as you exhale, you slowly let it come down to the mat. Don't overdo it. Don't force anything. Just breathe into it. So as you continue to breathe and it's not ready, exhale a little lower. If it's ever too much, just keep your knees bent and those feet opposite sides of the mat, knees touching, and then lowering your back onto the mat and breathe here. You continue to breathe. Eyes can be closed. Your neck and head can turn to either side of the mat. And for me, I don't want this video to be too long, and I will go take a nap. But I hope you can remain in this asana as I tap out of this video and this live. And if you want, you can close out with me and go right back into Shavasana asana and rest a little bit more. But if you are, stay grounded laying down in that asana and just breathe. Just be and enjoy. If you're upright with me, meet me in easy pose. just yourself, or just breathe in Shavasana. As I just inhale, big breath, and wherever you are, exhaling it down. I thank you all so much for being here live or recapping of it later on for a rewatch and replay. Comment below all your thoughts, your suggestions, your recommendations, or whatever it may be. Send love, because I'm sending so much love, light, peace, and abundance on this beautiful New Year's Eve. I love you all. I bow forward to say I see the light in you, as I hope you see in me. Namaste and amen. Until next time, have a wonderful day and a happy, happy new year, because 2022 belongs to you. I love you all. Until next time, YouTube lovers. Bye. This is way longer than it was supposed to be. Bye.